This video is one of several resources provided to District of Columbia Schools by OSSE, the Office of the State Superintendent of Education, to assist all schools in their planning and implementation efforts. This video, along with the OSSE School Planning Guide, provides school teams with content, tools, and exercises to complete their school plans and establish routines to monitor implementation progress. The fourth of the 5 phases of the guide is planning your strategies. In phases 2 and 3, your team has answered the question, what are we trying to do or achieve? And has begun to answer the question, how are we planning to do it? During this phase, your strategy leads will independently draft strategy profiles that contain the critical information for each of your strategies. The team will come together and use the planning rubric to peer review and improve each strategy profile. A completed strategy profile will answer the following questions. Description. Describe the strategy and its purpose in a sentence or two. Definition of success. What will success look like? How will we measure it? Owner. Who is responsible for ensuring this strategy is successful? Delivery chain. How and through whom will the strategy be implemented to impact student achievement as planned? Scale. At what scale, number of students, educators, etc., will it be implemented? Milestones. What 3 to 7 actions need to happen for us to ensure this strategy will help achieve the goal, and by when? Feedback loops. What measurable indicators of implementation and quality that can be measured over the course of a year will we use to make sure we stay on track? Resources required. What people, time, money, and professional development will be needed for successful implementation? When your team comes back together, each strategy lead should share a completed draft of his or her strategy profile, and the team should review it together with the planning rubric. The rubric will help your team agree on which strategy profiles are the strongest and which need more attention in order to drive the work at the school. Once everyone has read each strategy profile and identified strengths and challenges using the planning rubric, discuss them together as a team. The team should provide concrete suggestions to the strategy leader for components that could be improved. Here are some additional guiding questions for the discussion. Is the language within each section of the profile clear and error-free? Does this strategy overlap with any others in the plan? And, if so, how can we clarify to avoid confusion? Is the profile rigorous enough in terms of description, scale, milestones, and feedback loops? Is it clear how this strategy impacts one of the goals in the plan? The planning guide contains a suggested graphic organizer for recording the discussion. Before you conclude, there are 2 other important questions to raise. Are these strategies enough to achieve our goals? If not, the team will need to think more about what else can be done to achieve the goals, or whether the goals are too ambitious. When is our deadline to finalize each strategy profile? You will want to work quickly, but it will be important to earn buy-in from educators, families, and community members to ensure that all critical stakeholders are informed and engaged. Refer to Phase 4, Planning Your Strategies, for more detail and tools for strategy planning. With your strategies determined and drafted, you are ready to move on to the 5th and final phase, monitoring progress.